Greetings, weary traveler. Thank you for stopping by. Today, I'll be reading you A Tale from the Wintermint Forest. This will be a short story that will help you unwind and relax. If it's bedtime for you, maybe put the phone down and close your eyes while you listen along. If not, that's fine too. I encourage you to take a seat or lay down if you can, and just really let yourself unwind. Before we get started with our story today, I'd like to walk you through a brief guided meditation to really help you unwind. So, whether you're sitting or laying down, please take a second to focus on your feet. More specifically, please focus in on your toes. Start about with your big toe. Don't move it, just feel it. Think about your feet. Then suddenly you add your second and your third toe, your fourth and fifth one. Slowly feel the sensation in your whole foot as you feel a small tingling sensation start to take your feet. Focus on your legs. Start with your calves and work your way up to the knees. Do you feel that? As you get that tingly sensation through your knees and starts to travel up your thighs as well. Really feel those muscles relaxing. Let go of any tension you're feeling in them and just let them decompress. Stretch a little if you need to, but try to keep them still. Now, you can feel that sensation work its way up to your hips. Really feel it now as it's taking over more than half your body. More than half of your body is now relaxed. It feels nice, doesn't it? Let all the muscles in your hips relax, and as they do, start to feel that sensation work its way up your abdomen. Feel your stomach and your ribs, your lower back, eventually your chest as well, and the rest of your back. It'll tingle just a little bit as you're focusing on it. It feels crazy, doesn't it? You wouldn't expect to be able to feel something like that. But it's really comfortable, isn't it? Okay, now focus. Here comes the most important part. As you're focusing on your chest, now take a big thought and just feel the sensation up to your shoulders as it rushes down your arms as well, like water filling a glass and overflowing into two smaller glasses. Feel your arms relax, each muscle in your shoulders, your elbows, your forearms, even down to your fingers. They'll tingle just a little bit. Focus on that feeling. Let them decompress. And now that all of you is relaxed, feel that sensation climb up your neck and wash over your face and your head. As you relax and decompress, everything is okay right now. You're okay. You're calm. You might feel more relaxed than you're used to, but you're safe right now. You're safe. Feel that sensation wash over your whole body as you release any pressure you were feeling. Chapter 1. Butterfly Wings. A gust of wind delicately sent snow flying through the air between trees, so thickly packed that they form a skyline. A striking red gate stands against the white world around it, like a doorway into another world. Up a set of frosted-over stairs, through another gate, and ahead rests a white shape, moving methodically. It might be easy to miss against the snowy white world, if not for the splash of red matching the gate that adorned it. Holding a broom, a girl is methodically dusting away the powdered snow into piles and pushing them away. A puff of air forms from her mouth, her breath visible in the frigid cold. Short white hair with streaks of blue and blue faded tips. Two curly twin tails secured by red ribbons, and a set of soft, rounded ears protruding from her head. A white Miko robe tucked into a pleated vermilion red skirt, tied up with a bow. A set of bright pink eyes that look almost like candy. This is such a drag. With a heavy sigh and a matching puff of transparent white breath, she let her frustration out loud. Why did she have to clean this whole shrine? She looked up at the tall stone lanterns, also covered in snow, and grimaced. It was just going to snow again anyway. Couldn't she just ask the wind to blow the snow away? Actually, that was a great idea. She inhaled a big breath before pleading. Hello, please? I'll be friends with any lovely wind spirit who would help blow the snow away, please. Her voice traveled through the cold air, seeming certain it would reach someone. Nothing happened for a few seconds, so the girl held her breath and puffed out her cheeks, and counted to herself. This girl is Yukime, apprentice maiden of the Wintermint Shrine, a short girl, roughly 5 feet and 4 inches tall, who gets bored easily. Age 20, a young spirit with no significant history, except for being selected as an apprentice for the Wintermint Shrine. Just a year away from being able to be an official shrine girl, she is currently between paths. Just when it seemed no one would answer, a gust of wind blew the girl's hair, making her put a hand over her face. Through squinted eyes, she just made out what looked like a white butterfly. It was small enough that it nearly blended in completely with the snow blowing in the wind around it. A look of excitement spread across the girl's face as she jumped back and dramatically pointed her broom at the butterfly. You there, spirit. Reveal yourself to me. With a very clearly over-the-top performance, Yukime followed the butterfly's movement with the end of her broom, accidentally making frantic and silly-looking circles by doing so. As if noticing this, the butterfly flew in erratic patterns, forcing Yukime to swing her broom all around to follow it. She was starting to have trouble keeping up, but the butterfly kept on speeding up, doing loops and quick turns. In no time at all, Yukime was exhausted. She put the broom down and leaned on it, heavy breaths puffing out white clouds of air as she regained her composure. Frustration clear on her face, she looked up at the butterfly. You're a real jerk, you know that? pointing an accusation at the butterfly with a finger. Suddenly, a soft giggle started to come from it. Faintly, and then more clearly over a few seconds, a girl faded into existence where the butterfly had been before. A girl with black hair and bright red eyes appeared. A large set of white butterfly wings came from her back. She giggled softly at the girl she had just thoroughly exhausted. She wore a white button-up shirt paired with a short black skirt, long black socks, and a tiny red hat that matched her eyes. She spoke in an overly soft voice. "You're so funny." She looked over at the fox girl and smiled. "So, you're the new shrine girl?" Her voice audible, but so quiet that it threatened to be drowned out by the wind that was softly blowing around her. "So cute." The black-haired girl walked towards Yukime, who was considerably shorter than her, and reached out to pat her head. "You're mean. I've decided I don't need your help." Yukime crossed her arms and pouted. "Aw, well, bye then." With that, the black-haired girl turned around and started to fade away. But an arm grabbed her and stopped her before she could go. She turned to see the fox girl averting her pouty eyes and holding her arm. Okay. I do actually need your help, though. Please." The black-haired girl's mischievous face looked surprised for a moment, but her expression then turned to a smile. She stopped fading away and turned to face Yukime, smiling down at her. "Okay, I might help. Because you're cute. What did you need?" Yukime met her eyes, still with a pouty look on her face. She kicked her foot, embarrassed to ask for help after that. "I was just, well, you are a wind spirit, right? I was wondering if you could blow some snow away from the shrine for me. I'll be your friend, or, do you a favor in exchange, maybe?" The crow giggled at that, lifting a hand up to her mouth as she did. "That's a very odd request. But okay. You can call me Kara. What should I call you? Friend?" Yukime's expression softened at that. It was so exciting to actually make a new friend. She decided that she could forgive the teasing from earlier. "I'm Yukime. You already guessed it, but I'm the apprentice shrine maiden here now, so you can expect to see a lot of me. So here's the deal. I'm supposed to sweep all this snow." She made a wide gesture with her arms at the snow-covered ground of the shrine's entrance walkway. "I was just using this broom, but I'm tired and bored, and, I thought it might be easy for you to use wind to blow the snow away." She held her hands behind her back as her pouty face quickly became a cutesy, pleading one. "Blow the snow away? I can try. If you could, I'd really appreciate it so much." Kara took a short step back from Yukime. Her delicate-looking white wings flapped, and she held her hands out towards the ground. Wind kicked up, swirling and lifting up snow in a circle around her. Her wings beat faster, and the snow on the ground around her all disappeared. At least, until the wind suddenly dissipated and fell back to the ground, also covering her in snow. "So cold." Her voice so soft it sounded like she would disappear as she crouched down into a ball and shivered, shaking snow off as she did. Oh no, are you all right? What happened? Yugime hurried over and started brushing snow off the quiet girl with her hands. Well, I'm not very good with wind magic. Looking sad and defeated, it seemed the girl might disappear from embarrassment. Oh, it's okay. I'm a shrine maiden, but I can only barely use magic too, so I understand. Here, watch. Holding out a hand, a little blue flame flickered in her palm, but when she turned her palm toward the ground, the little flame dropped from her hand and with a little noise, poofed out of existence upon touching the ground. I'm supposed to have foxfire, but I'm not very good at it yet. So please don't feel bad. Compared to that, what you did was kinda cool. She took a break from brushing snow off to comfortingly pat her black hair. Wow, you really suck. A teasing grin formed on her face as she bluntly insulted the fox. What? I was trying to comfort you, you jerk. I can do way more than that, just watch. Yukime thrust her hands forward as 2 light blue beams of light shot out of them, covering the ground in ice in a small area. Proudly she folded her arms, panting just a little, and smiled smugly. Kara had a satisfied look of mischief on her face. Impressive. You just made it harder to clean. Yukime's pink eyes widened with horror, and after a second of contemplating, she shuffled over to the patch of ice. She held her hands over it as little blue flames appeared, but they were so small and weak that they almost had no effect before being snuffed out by the cold. No. Why am I only good at making ice? Yukime continued trying to melt the ice, but was not succeeding. Kara covered her face as she giggled at this, and then spread her wings and stretched out her hands. Sorry about that. You're just fun to tease. As she said this, a large gust of wind rode in, picking up snow and moving methodically across the ground. Kara seemed to move the wind with her hands and flaps of her wings, and quickly scooped up all the snow with surprising precision before scattering it to the wind in the distance, leaving only the roughly 1-foot patch of ice Yukime was kneeling over. There you go. With a confident smile and a knowing look, Kara walked over to Yukime and crouched down to pat her on the head. Yukime blinked several times. Confusion on her face. There was practically a visible question mark floating atop her protruding white ears, before she looked up at Kara with her dumbfounded face. How did you do that? I thought you were bad with magic. What did you do? She flailed her arms up and down frantically at the black-haired girl. That might have been a little trick. I'm actually pretty good. She looked sweetly at Yukime with barely concealed mischief in her red eyes. Yukime's confusion quickly turned to a frustrated expression. Why are you such a butt? Ugh. She averted her eyes and with a strained expression continued. But I guess you cleaned up the snow, so thanks for that. I can do you a favor or whatever if there's anything you need, okay? So that we can be even. Kara's mouth opened in a little O shape before becoming a smug smile as she shook her head at this. You really are carefree. Owing a favor to a Tengu might get you in trouble. Yukime's expression became one of earnest confusion. Huh? But we're friends now, right? You wouldn't do anything bad to a friend. Kara raised an eyebrow as she looked at Yukime like one might look at a child who had said something strange. That's odd. I'm a crow, so most people don't trust me. Her face was quietly pensive as she looked curiously at the shrine girl. That's dumb. You helped me because you felt bad when I got upset, right? You're obviously a kind spirit. It's not like you would actually try to hurt me, right? Up until now, Yukime had seemed to lack confidence, but she spoke as if completely certain of herself when stating this. Kara's eyes widened with surprise, as if she was just realizing something for the first time. Did I say something wrong? Are you okay, Kara? Yukime's pink eyes, now filled with concern, seemed to be oblivious to the fact that she had hit the nail on the head. You're very odd. I've never met a spirit like you. Kara had a funny-looking smile on her face as she spoke. Oh, thank you? I think, Yukime quickly dropped the conversation and began to ponder the ice patch she had created again. Before she could try anything, though, Kara interrupted her. You can probably light something on fire to melt it. If you can't make a lot, just make a little and spread it. A light bulb turned on over her head. She made a frantic gesture which definitely did not convey what she was thinking, before exclaiming, "Hold on, stay there. I'll be right back." Kara held up a hand and opened her mouth to speak, but Yukime had already run off to a small building to the left, just past the shrine entrance. Kara formed a little smile as she watched Yukime run off. My first friend is so strange, she whispered to herself with a hopeful look in her eyes. Kara was the first of many new friends Yukime would make on her journey to become the next shrine maiden of the Wintermint Shrine. And that concludes our story for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and have a wonderful rest of your night. I hope to see you again soon, and I hope that lots of wonderful, sweet dreams are running through your mind right now. Good night.